Hi, everyone. I had the opportunity to interview Jen Mobilio Hill, and Jen is the Director of Development Communications for CCHMC, which is Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Jen I asked Jen what her job description was, and I wanted her to dig deeper than the basic description. And she said that she leads all marketing and communications objectives for the philanthropic area of the organization. She said that she works with the other departments of communications because there's more than just one area of communications within the organization and different locations as well. Um, then she also said that her team of five, it works with donor publications. So they're doing videos to present to potential donors, and event support for potential donors. They are also the liaisons for the marketing department, and they main objective to raise money for the organization. I know this is a wonderful organization to work for, as I already work for them, but in a different division. So this was a great chance to be able to find out more about communications. And then I asked Jen about the job setting, and she said, that they're semi-remote still. And she said that it is a bunch of introverts that work well together. She said that so you don't need to be outgoing to be in the communications field, or specifically in her department, she said everybody's introverts. You don't need to be outgoing and assertive. But I asked her about problems that must be overcome to get work done. She said that her primary challenge is that it's a very bureaucratic organization. You have to have every single little project and decision approved by a team of people or the board of directors. And she said that you also trying to bring everyone together to come to a general consensus or agreement, that can be frustrating. She said that donors aren't comfortable with sharing their stories. So she said that that's unfortunate, but she understands some people want to remain anonymous with their donations, especially if they're high dollar donations, or if it's an experience where a family has lost their child, but they felt with the experience in general that the organization did the best that they could to try to help their children or child, and then they donated a large sum of money in memory of them. So that would be another reason why they wouldn't want to come forward. But she said when they do come forward and they don't mind to share, she said that makes the work feel so much better when she's able to connect and interact with the families. It connects the dots, and it's so meaningful. I asked her about the impact of digital technologies. She said that the pandemic made everybody go remote, 100% remote, and they're hybrid right now. She said so. Sometimes, half of the 3 days a week, she's at home, and 2 days a week, she's in the office. And then they also have had to shift to an online platform for a custom work front that's been built. And also, there is a website that was built for donors to view, potential donors. And instead of handing out paper or printed proposal packets, they are presented with the website to view all the benefits of being donors. But Jen said also in all of this that it's being remote and having that online platform has created wonderful efficiencies, and it saves time, and they are challenged with all of this in mind to double the donations. I was floored. The donation requirements or donation goals and standards, they are expected to gather $50 million in donations per year currently. And the organization wants them to double it to $100 million per year by 2030. So you can't do that with just having all the donors in Cincinnati because we only have so many people. and we only have so many wealthy families at that. So she said that they have to look outside the box of Cincinnati, and they're looking to the West Coast, they're looking to the East Coast, and trying to find areas where they have higher a high amount of wealthy families to try to request donations from them. So that's a big responsibility. And I asked Jen while I was at it about internship possibilities in the department, in her department, and she said that unfortunately they're a small team and the small budget, so every intern has to be paid, and they just don't have it in their budget. She said that to try other areas of communication within the organization and to see if they were able to offer something. But I could also look outside the organization for internship opportunities. And I asked Jen what she does on a typical day. She said there is no typical day. Communications and fundraising. She runs the fundraising blog. There are focus groups, and they also figure out what high net worth groups can they reach, like I'd cited in my previous comments. I asked Jen what tools and equipment are needed to use to do the job, and she said you must be creative, you must think outside the box, you must be able to work with a very diverse group of people, be able to manage people, and must be able to be very computer savvy. And I asked Jen what types of organizations do people like herself work in. She said any industry, but nonprofit, philanthropic is the way she went. And then I asked her about the typical workday. She said, "Oh, work conditions. Um, to give your best every day, be open and creative. You must go the distance with what you create and stick with it. Don't give up." And job opportunities in the field are increasing with the healthcare field. Money and donors are always needed for care. Now, opportunities for career mobility. There are 7 layers of mobility. Skills are very transferable. And she said that pay expectations for a small nonprofit, you could expect to start off at 40,000, with children's being very competitive with their wages and wanting to attract the best. They offer 55 plus, starting off to a new grad. I asked about advice. She said you must be flexible and pivot. Rarely does a project go how you expect it to go in the beginning. Just keep yourself focused on the mission and see it through. And then in conclusion, have decided that I want to try to stick it through with the organization and see where it goes. I have the opportunity to shadow Jen for a day and see what her work life is like for a day when she's in the office. So that'll be interesting, and it might be a self-discovery to realize I want to try something else. But with working for children's, I can shadow in different departments and just see where I am most interested in working. If I might decide I want to go somewhere else, but for now, I believe in them and the cause, and I want to see where I can go with it. But Jen is very kind, and I found that I have an ally and someone who is offered to help anytime if I need any career advice or any guidance at all. Um, I have just been very blessed to be able to find her and to have the great interview experience that I had with her, especially since she's at senior leadership level and she took the time out of her day to help me with this project. It was an amazing experience overall. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. I look forward to hearing yours.